What's just coming out the stage is none other than Pops Mohamed. Exa, bro, Pops. Is your mic on there? There you go. Let's get it on. Cool. Who's that, me, bro?
Hey, good shop, man.
Long time no cover.
Hey, it's been a long time, man. Yo. So good to be with you again.
It's
today.
good to see you. It's good, that you still keep the Kora close by you. You know, that mbira just sort of resonates every time I see you and your performances. I think, like they say, they mature like wine, fine wine.
Exactly, yeah. Well, the Kora has got a name now, actually. It's called Fatima.
Fatima.
Named after my mom.
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm. Beautiful. Mm. And an interesting story how you purchased that Kora.
Yes.
I think Baba Mal's band were performing.
No, Salif Keita.
Salif Keita.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. Well, they came in 1997 or 98 for the first time.
To South
Africa. And they were performing at the Tandoor and all those places. And the first time I saw Kora was in 1991 in New York.
Right.
And I was looking at this thing, what is this? I'd love to own one of these, you know. Until these guys came and I spoke to Salif after their first concert, and he said, "Oh, you have to speak to them." And I went to the guys, and they said, "No, we can't sell these instruments. You know, these we built them ourselves, and besides, you know, we're still on tour." So I followed them wherever they went. They did workshops and all kinds of stuff, you know, workshops. And they see me every time, and they know I want the Kora. And you can actually see them talking to one another, like saying, "Oh, there's that guy again." You know,
he wants that Kora.
And I would point to them, you know. So for the 2 weeks, I've been following them, and then I invited them finally to my house in Orange Grove, and I said, "Do you like to come for lunch at least, the least?" Yeah. And the guy said, "Okay." So they came for lunch, and they cooked their own food. The food was just amazing. From,
wonderful.
You know, Senegalese dish.
Right. And you all sat, I would imagine, and just shared the food.
Shared the food,
in a communal sort of
yes,
style.
Yes, in
wonderful.
that communal style. And then afterwards, the guy saw all my indigenous instruments on the walls. He says, "Are you a musician?" I said, "Yes, I'm a musician." And he says, "Man, we would have loved to sell your Kora, but we can't, because we're going back to London tomorrow, and as soon as we land, we've got a concert." And our manager, she's like the bee from hell. And I thought, I said, "Are you talking about a she?" Now, I lived in London for a while, and the only person that I know who is an ethnomusicologist specialist in Kora is Lucy Turan.
So it happens, you knew her?
I knew Lucy very well. I know. I even know her up to now. She's been a good friend. I did workshops at SOAS at the University of African Studies. So, and I said, "Are you talking about Lucy?" He says, "Yes. Do you know Lucy?" I said, "Of course I know Lucy, man. I know Lucy very well. Her husband, I introduced her to this guy from Cuba. She got married to a trumpeter." He says, "That's right." He said, "He's my friend." And I introduced him to Lucy. So I said, "No, man." And I picked up the phone and I called Lucy. She answered the phone. She says, "Pops, you know, 2 of my guys are there. You got to check them out." I said, "They're in my house.
I'm having lunch with them."
I'm having lunch with them. She says, "So what's the deal, dude?" I said, "I want to play Kora." She says, "You want to play Kora?" "No, man, Kora, are you serious?" I said, "Yes." And they have Koras. I want to buy one of them. She says, "Oh, okay. I suppose it's okay because we have so many Koras here." So she says, "Give me the phone. Give the phone to Dembo." I gave the phone to the guy. And she says, "Give him a Kora." You know? He said, "Okay, Lucy." So, and that's how I purchased the Kora.
Yeah.
Actually, it was supposed to be given to me. And then afterwards he said, "You know, I want 300 pounds. You know? So I said, "Wow, okay." Yeah. Well, lucky I had some pounds, and I gave him 300 pounds. And then his brother-in-law, they were 2 of them. He says, "You can have mine also for 300 pounds. And I purchased both of them. In fact, Mhlanganiso, a friend of mine, he bought the other one. Right. But he kept it with me and never took it back. So
and you still have that other one?
I still have the other one, yes. So unfortunately, 3 years ago, Dembo passed on. And I was planning to get Kausu, the other guy, his brother-in-law, to come to South Africa. And just the week before he came, because I haven't seen them since then, he passed on as well. So that's really sad. But now I'm communicating with his son. He's a serious kora player.
Yeah.
And his name is Sidati. And I sent a picture. I've been in touch with Sidati.
And they're in Mali, you say?
Yes. And
right.
But Sidati is in the Gambia.
I see.
So I've been communicating for a year, and he says that in our tradition, like my dad had this whole mission to see you. He was so stressed out. Oh, Pops Mohamed wants me. Pops Mohamed wants me, you know. And so he's passed on, and it's part of our culture that I have to finish his mission. So I need to come to South Africa.
My gosh.
So that's the tip that we're on right now.
So he should be on his way, you know, after COVID and things of such nature.
He should be on his way, and he sends me videos every day when he's practicing. He sends videos. Mohamed, look at this. Mohamed, look at that. Man, this boy is so good. I've listened to kora players, but this guy, he's old school kora player. Because his dad was an old school. You get the new school and you get the old school.
So he's got that traditional touch.
That raw,
yeah.
Very tribal, you know, that raw. I mean, Tumani Diabati and Sona Jubate and all those people, they amazing kora players. You know, I take my hats off for them, but then I listen to Kausu's recordings and his son. It's called Nyembe, I think, that style.
I see.
If that dies, because Kausu was the only person who was still playing that style that's like 600 years ago.
So if that dies, it's extinct.
It's done. It's extinct. Because
right.
Richie said, if we lose Kausu, we lose a whole library. But after Kausu died, I said, Lucy, I'm in touch with the son, and he's just as good. She says, I haven't heard Sidati in a long time. And so I sent some videos. She says, oh my God, he's like his dad. So it's my wish that we should open up a kora school in South Africa.
I think it's about time. Because this instrument, I think, is important, you know, for the continent.
Yes.
And its tradition and lineage as an instrument,
yes.
it just goes way into the ancients,
yes.
so to speak. Yeah?
We need to have South African griots as well. You know, I'm self-taught.
And what are you doing about it then? You know, in as far as, you know, that kora school is concerned. Are you taking any steps,
Yes,
Pops?
I am.
Right.
I've spoken to some people, and we will be working in such a way that we would have every 4 months a different teacher coming from West Africa to teach.
Yes.
And also to build the koras and to grow the calabashes, you know, the big pumpkin and stuff like that from start to finish. That's my biggest wish.
Looking forward to that. I mean, and I know you're going to realize that dream.
Oh, man.
In the not too distant future.
Right. All the time, yeah.
You got a studio at the house. I've been there a couple of times. You're constantly cooking something.
Always.
What's in the pot lately?
Well, it's funny enough. I've gone into video editing. It's like, you know.
Pops?
And I asked
video
myself,
editing?
Exactly. And I managed to get all my masters back of all my albums that I've ever done. I have all the masters, and I'm trying to reissue those albums. And so what I'm doing is I want to do everything. I want to do a beautiful promo of every single, not every single, but the Pops Mohamed hits like Kalamazoo.
Oh, yeah.
You know, How Far Have We Come?
Yeah.
Society Vibes.
Eish.
And, you know, with McCoy, then The Futurist, you know, The Futurist.
The Futurist I featured on, yeah.
Where you featured on.
Yeah.
Amazing mix. I love that mix you
Thank
did,
you,
man.
Pops. Thank you very much.
So this is what I'm doing at the moment now, doing promos. And I want to put out these videos of some of the tracks that hasn't had videos before. I've only made about 4 videos, you know, for my tracks, because the companies were just too stingy to cut videos for us. So now that's why I've gone into video, and to start shooting videos for those tracks like Kalamazoo, Kandodo, Kandodo. So And I'm still in touch with the Sand people.
Yeah.
So I want to start working on those video-wise. And if it's possible to have an online concert, it would be something like Through the Lens of Pops Mohamed, where I'll be talking about my journey,
Yes.
how I met the Sand, my travels, and then also play videos that people have never seen before, that wasn't played by SABC, although we send them in, they never get played. So I want to share.
Because I would imagine you still got tons of that
I've
footage
got
sitting at home.
tons of that footage. So this is what I want to share with people, you know. Every song that I play, there's a reason why I recorded the song, and I have the footage of that particular song, why it was composed, about the Sand, the Xhosa people, the vendors, and people like that, you know. So that's what Pops is up to right now at the moment now in COVID. You know, but you know, you'll agree with me that, you know, we've always been in quarantine.
Oh, yeah.
All our lives we're in studios, you know.
Oh, yeah.
So it's nothing new to us.
Creating. Yes.
Except for COVID now, you have to use that creative space more wisely to say, how can I earn, you know, to keep myself going? So now you're not even thinking out of the box because there's no box anymore.
Yes.
It's crunch time.
It's crunch time. Correct.
So it's those kind of things. And that's
Yeah.
why I want to encourage people out there, especially young musicians and the senior musicians like myself, to say to yourself that, man, I am my own industry. Don't depend on the next one.
You are your own business.
You are your own business.
Correct.
You know,
Yeah.
complaining and telling people how you're struggling, and you know the government is not doing anything. You know, forget about that. Get up and do it.
Get up and do it.
Get up and just do it, man. Complaining. Everyone is complaining. It's money, 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 money. But it's not about money all the time. Money has got to come. But how are you going to pick yourself up? Because I think a lot of people around the world are now at the lowest points of their lives, you know? And you got to fight. It's a big challenge to get up from there. And the thing is not getting up. The thing is, what are you going to do after you got up?
Yes.
The way forward.
Well, Pops, I don't know how you managed to do it. I mean, at a ripe age, and you're still discovering through various processes, your video editing, you know, the footage is still there, which I think is important, you know, when you talk about that footage, because I think generations to come, you know, can certainly learn, you know, from some of that gold in as far as that footage is concerned, you know, in just learning about our ways, the ways of the San, of the Xhosa, and things of such nature.
But not only about me. I have footage of people who have passed on, the late Taiwa, you know, Sholoza Max.
Yeah.
Sorry. I'm talking about the other side of the artist, not the performing side.
Yes.
So we've toured the world, man, Copenhagen, London, you just name it, Germany. There's a different side to the musicians apart from playing music.
Yes.
And that footage, people don't know them like that. And so I want to show that side of these people. So for me, I've got a big job ahead of me, you know, to do these things, and it's very important to preserve, you know, and share it with the people, you know. And I think it would be absolutely amazing where we could have archives with arts and culture, and if they could help us digitize these stuff, we need funding and all that, you know. So that's what Pops is up to these days, you know.
It's a lot, Pops.
I
don't know how you do it, but you got the energy. Yeah.
Composing. I'm busy with the album, a solo album, with what you saw in my performance now.
Yes.
It's just going to be me and myself and I, the three of us.
Fatima's going to be there, of course.
Fatima, definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, and the album, I did it just after we recorded How Far Have We Come? In London, it was mixed there, although we went to the Kalahari to work with the Sand people, but we went to London and I formed a band in London, stayed there for a while, and we, you know, on the LP tour,
Okay, yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
mixing it and doing all those things. But immediately after that, we still had about 16 hours left, you know, in the studio time. And Richard Edwards, great sound engineer, said, Pops, wouldn't you like to do an album of yourself, just you and your instruments? I said, okay. So we recorded, you know, we just kept the tape running all the way through. It was reel to reel back in those days.
That far back?
Analog, gosh, I miss those days. So anyway, and only 3 weeks ago, I discovered that cassette. It's written The Other Side of Me. And I'm thinking, what is this? And I look at the title, Milo Studios. I said, man,
Wow.
I haven't heard that tape. I mean, we recorded it, and he gave me the DAT. He said, there you have a full album.
It's almost like discovering treasure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I've only listened to it in the studio, listened back, and I said, that's great. And I only found it I've forgotten about it. So this is what I'm currently working on, putting out this album, like the once-in-a-lifetime album.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people at our concerts will say, Pops, when are we going to get an album of just you and your instruments?
And the kora
we always
and the
see you
mbira.
playing with
Yes.
bands, with different people, collaborations, which we love, but just you. And I think I owe it to myself and to the people.
You owe it to us,
and I
definitely,
think
and yourself, yeah.
After discovering that tape, the master tape, I think I've done this thing like ages ago already, and people have been asking me, and it's just lying there. So I've listened through it, so I'm sort of going to update
Yes.
the same songs.
The
and
same
just
songs, yeah.
re-record them, but still keep that one.
That element
That
going.
element, yes.
Pops, I thank you so much for taking the time to come through. I'm happy we reconnected.
Yeah.
And, we're going to gradually, I guess, step on. And this meeting, once again, is going to open up, other
definitely.
elements, that we could collaborate and do.
There's so much to do.
As
I know
artists.
so many amazing artists out there that I'd love to come onto the show.
Right.
If you people allow me, I can suggest some artists, young, upcoming talent, amazing talent. And if people want to get in touch with me, get in touch with me on Facebook, inbox me. If you know of someone who plays a very unusual instrument, he has to be good, Or if they don't want to, they could email me at africandreamtime@gmail.com.
africandreamtime@gmail.com.
That's it.
All right.
And tell me whatever, I'm an open book, so...
And he is an open book and always sharing. Thank you for the software that other year.
Yeah, you still owe me. You never brought it back, man. It's a crack.
Yeah. It was a crack, everybody.
And it's still working.
Pops, we're forever indebted to you, with everything you've put into this industry, as it were, and we're still happy to be able to sit side by side with you and listen to your music and, live long, live strong, and, see through all the projects that you need to do. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, Pops Mohamed, thank you so much.
Me. Thank you, brother.